The Salisbury Poisonings is a fact-based television drama starring Anne-Marie Duff, Rafe Spall and Annabel, Scholey, which portrays the 2008 Novichok poisonings and the decontamination crisis in Salisbury, England, and the subsequent Amesbury poisonings. On the 4th of March 2018, emergency services received a call and attended Sergei and Yulia Skripal, who have been found unconscious on a park bench in Salisbury city centre. A national emergency precipitated when it was learned that Skripal is a former Russian military intelligence officer who acted as a double agent from UK's intelligence services during the 90s and early 2000s, and that he and his daughter were poisoned with a highly potent Novichok agent, which was smeared on the front door handle of their residence. The show also deals with the incidental exposure of several other persons, including a police officer and an uninvolved couple who found a perfume bottle containing the Nov agent, which they administered to themselves. Writing in The Guardian, Lucy Mannigan praised the show's script and direction as being admirably restrained and compared the calm actions of its characters facing a new normal to the reactions of the public during the COVID-19 pandemic, which I thought was quite appropriate. Now, this show is very well made, yet scary, and a look into real-life events that affected the small town in the English countryside back in 2018. Very relevant when you think of Russia's attack on the Ukraine in 2022, and once again how one man, namely Vladimir Putin, was responsible for causing chaos and unease in another country. To learn about just how vicious this poison was, and how by touching a surface with the poison laid on it could make you very, very sick or even lead to death. It's actually amazing more people didn't die from the poison. Unfortunately, only Dawn Sturgis lost her life as she sprayed it on thinking it was perfume as her partner gave it to her. She died a most shocking and tragic death. It's rather surreal to think that in this modern day and age, two assassins were sent to kill Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia Skripal by such heinous means. It almost plays out like a spy novel, but in fact this was completely real. And frankly, if it wasn't for the fantastic treatment from the doctors and paramedics and nurses at the Salisbury District Hospital, they'd both be dead right now. The show focuses on the story from three different perspectives. Firstly, we have Rafe Spall playing the difficult role of Nick Bailey, the policeman who was admitted to hospital in a serious condition and who fought for his life after being intoxicated by the Novichok nerve agent, after entering the Skripals' home in order to investigate the poisoning further. He, of course, was totally unaware that it was on the door handle, and just to see how violently sick he got, as he didn't know what was happening to his body, is quite unnerving. Annabel Scholey, as his wife Sarah, is also very good, as she has to carry the family, not knowing what's going on with her husband, or whether he will live or die. It's a miracle that neither her or her two daughters ever got sick from the nerve agent. Then we see the story from Tracy Daskovitz's perspective, played here by the superb Anne-Marie Duff. She's the Director of Public Health and Safety for the County of Wiltshire, where in 2018 she played a leading role in the response. She has to make incredibly tough decisions in dealing with the red tape from the government and also balancing her family life as she's continuously absent without her husband or son understanding why. She has the burden of carrying around this unbearable stress, not knowing what caused this attack or where it could happen next. Anne-Marie Duff commented on real-life Tracy when she said, "We met her and we spoke to her. We felt that we'd found a core point of the view that sort of made sense of all these multiple points of view, and we discovered it in her research." Daskovic was reported as saying that her character in the series is a composite of many different people who dealt with the aftermath. The series resulted in her receiving renewed media attention, including an interview in The Telegraph, which she described her as an instrumental every stage following the Skripal poisonings, from the initial response to declaring Salisbury safe. Finally, we see the story of Dawn Sturgis, played here by Anna Bering. At first, it almost seems her story is unrelated to the whole picture, but by episode 3, you see exactly how she tied into it. The filmmakers were careful in allowing you to invest in her as a person, as you see she has problems with alcohol and drugs, but she's trying to better herself and reunite properly with her family and her strange daughter. Her boyfriend Charlie Rowley found a discarded perfume in the rubbish bin and gave it to her thinking he was being romantic. Little did it know it would lead to her death and him being admitted to hospital in a very serious condition. It's a tragic story, and the show really encapsulates it perfectly. I found the funeral scene very emotional. All in all, this is a well-made, fast-paced show that neither lingers or loses focus in its 3 episodes. It leaves you in shock at how something on such a grand scale can easily just happen in your town or on your street, and how it can uproot your life within just seconds. The Salisbury Poisonings gets an 8 out of 10.